Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday. Today's chat or live Q&A, if you want to call it that. And by the way, if you've got any questions as I'm talking, please fire away and I will try and respond to them as we go. And if you see this later and you want to comment, that's fine. I'll get back to you later. But the main thing with this one is, what are my options? And what I mean by that is, what are my options going forward if I want to start a fitness and health program? So this is the kind of time of year, I said this last week in my video, that people start to think about their New Year's resolutions. We don't tend to set them in December, but we certainly start to think about them in December and then start to act on them early on in the new year. So a lot of people out there, I think more than ever right now, are starting to get a bit more health conscious. Maybe people who weren't taking their health as seriously are now finally starting to see that, being healthy, being fit, generally is better for you for a million reasons, but especially fighting diseases, fighting viruses, fighting colds, flus, coronavirus, the lot. So we need to be more health conscious, and more people are, which is great. So this is all about what people's options could be going into the new year with regards to starting a health and fitness program. So if that is you and you're on the fence and on the edge about doing something, and you know you should be doing something, but you're currently not, but you're thinking about it, then this should hopefully be quite helpful for you. So I'm going to give you options that most people would usually go down, or routes they would usually go down. I'll tell you about what we offer here, and then you can hopefully decide what you think would be best for you. And then if it turns out that you think one of our programs would be ideal for you, then all you need to do is get in contact and we can have a chat before Christmas, in the new year. What I will say is, obviously, going into the new year, that is a fitness industries or fitness business busiest time of year. So we always say at this point, try not to make the mistake of waiting until the new year to start something, or at least inquire about something. Good chances you want to probably inquire in December, so you're ready to go and signed up, ready to begin in the new year. All right. So first things first, the most common one, obviously, for people would be to just join a gym. Not a gym like ours. We're very different to a normal gym. I'll explain why in a minute. I'm talking more your commercial, big standard gym. You're anywhere between £15 and £35 a month commercial gym, thousands of members, lots of equipment, lots of facilities, and that's where we're different. We don't specialize in advertising the fact that we've got loads of equipment, hundreds of classes to pick from, a swimming pool, a steam room, a sauna. Those are just things. What we're about is the support, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So a lot of people go down the public gym route. If you're watching this now and you are a member of a public gym, or you've been a member of a public gym, just give me a like. If you're watching this or going to watch it later, just like the post now if you are a member of a public gym or have been a member of a public gym before. And then if you have been a member of a public gym before and you're watching this later or now, it'd be great to comment how long did that last for, because I'd love to see people getting interactive with this. So comment and say how long you managed to last at a public gym. If it was more than a few weeks, the chances are one of two or three things may have happened. One, you may have joined group exercise classes at the gym, and that's what kept you motivated. Two, you might have had a personal trainer. And three, you might have done it with a friend or a relative. So they're the three reasons why people tend to continue at a public gym. But 85% of people that join public gyms in the new year don't continue past the first few weeks. That is a fact. And the reason for that, I've mentioned this before, is there's no support, there's no accountability, there's no variety, there's no education, there's nothing keeping you motivated. It's just facility. And that's why it's cheap, guys. I'm not going to lie, we are more expensive than a public gym, but it's what you pay for and how you justify it, and that's where we're very different. So option one for the new year is you join a public gym and you go on your own and you just try and use the gym. You have an induction, you do 5 or 6 things in your induction, you go back the next day, you do the same 5 or 6 things, you go back the day after, you do the same 5 or 6 things. All of a sudden we're bored and we stop going. So that doesn't work for many people, 85% of people that don't stick to that. Option two is you join a public gym, but you join with a friend. That tends to last a bit longer, as long as your friend continues as well. The problem with joining with a friend is that if your friend stops going, or they don't want to go one day, you're not going to go, because it's not forced you to turn up and be a bit brave on your own. You've relied on your friend, and if for some reason they stop or they don't want to go anymore, then you're going to stop as well. So that's not a great option, but tends to last a bit longer than a few weeks. Option three, which is probably your best option if you're joining a gym, I've said this before, is to go down the group exercise route. Again, we can't compete with a public gym that offers 100 different classes a week: spinning, body pump, aerobics, aqua aerobics, whatever it may be. So if you feel that that's what you need, and you need lots of options and time slots and lots of different types of class to keep you motivated, then group exercise at a gym would be a really, really good route. So most gyms offer a group exercise membership, or it's just included with your normal membership anyway. People that go down that route last a lot longer on average. Hence why we also offer a group training program. The difference between our group training membership and a gym's group training program or membership is that ours comes with extra support and nutritional coaching and everything else as well. So that's the very different thing between us and a public gym group exercise plan. Is there's again, it's just access. No one's there to check up on you if you've not been coming. No one's phoning you at the end of the week to say, Mary, where have you been? No, they don't really know your names. You are just kind of a number on a database. Here it's very personal, and we educate on the way. We teach people about nutrition. We look at their current diets and tell them how to change them. So that's kind of one of our options here. If you're considering more of a instructor or coach-led supportive program like ours really has 4 main elements to our program. So first of all, it's 6 weeks long. Okay, we do something called a foundation program, 6 weeks long, and we have 2 programs, 2 options. One is our large group training, which is the one that's similar to group exercise, but it's different all the time. People don't know what to expect. There's a lot of coaching, a lot of technique correction. We'll use weights, we'll use battle ropes, power bags, medicine balls. We do boxing, circuit training, HIIT training. It's different every time. And we do regular fitness assessments as well every 12 weeks to ensure that people are getting results as they go. Again, public gym won't do that. The other thing that we include with both of our 6-week programs, and by the way, one is group training, one is semi-private training. An ideal, really, that's great for people that don't like a large group, because a lot of people that are just new to exercise, that won't go to your big public gym, that won't go to a group exercise, don't want to feel like they're the slowest, don't want to feel like they're the biggest, the unfit one, the unhealthy one, slowing everyone down. That is a fear factor for so many people, especially in the new year, which prevents them from reaching out and getting support. So we have a program for those sort of people called semi-private personal training. It's 5 people maximum in a group. You have a coach or 2 coaches there to help you, and it's done at your own pace. So in other words, if you've got 3 or 4 people in a room with you, you're not all doing the same thing, because that's group exercise, in my opinion. You might as well join a gym or join our group training program for that experience. But if you need it more personalized, more adaptable, more tailored, and you want to work at your own pace, then semi-private training all day long. What I used to do personally before we started these 2 programs was I used to do one-to-one personal training. And again, that's a great option for people that have got lots and lots of money to throw at it. But the problem with one-to-one personal training is 2 main problems with that. One, your budget doesn't really stretch that far, because you could be spending £35–40 a session, which most people would probably do once a week. So maybe £120–160 a month. Most of the time you'd have to pay for a gym membership on top of that if you want to use the gym. If you're not using the gym, that means you're only exercising once a week. That's not going to do anything for you. So you have to make sure that whatever you're doing 3 to 4 times a week. All of a sudden, personal training becomes a very, very expensive solution, which many people can't afford. Only the 1% amongst us could probably afford to do personal training 3 times a week. So other than that option we have to kind of rule out for most people. Some will do 1 session a week for trainer, maybe go in the gym on their own and do some of the things they've learned. But the other problem with one-to-one personal training is it gets very, very sociable. That's not a bad thing all the time, but you also become very reliant on that personal trainer, which means you're not motivating yourself. So anytime that you're not motivating yourself or learning to motivate yourself over the course of a program, means again it's not really sustainable, because a day that you don't want to be paying £200–400 a month on your fitness and health is a day that you're going to have to say goodbye to your personal trainer, which means you've got no motivation to do anything for yourself. So that is another option that doesn't tend to work. And I did that myself with clients for 10 years, and I had clients for some of that time for 6 or 7 years, and they would do 1 session a week, and by the end of that, most of the time it was just a chat. We'd spend the whole hour chatting. I used to have clients come to me, break down in tears, talk about their partners, their loved ones, family, friends, work, have a coffee and not even do a workout. I mean, they got something out of that session. Don't get me wrong, they walked out of there feeling so much better. Hence why some people say that often personal trainers become counsellors. But again, it's not your best option if you're looking at starting a health and fitness program. So maybe one to avoid, and it's an expensive one as well. What else we got on the list? Other things, I suppose. I didn't mention the other things we do with our 6-week program. So obviously it's exercise. That's number 1. Nutrition and nutritional coaching is number 2. Accountability and support is number 3. So checking in on you, checking up on you, making sure you're actually turning up. If you're not, we're on the phone. And sort of behavior change coaching, just looking at mindset, looking at any bad habits, working on drinking more water, getting your steps up daily. So it's not just about exercise, it's all about those other little things, making sure you're getting more sleep, how to switch off at night. So there's a real educational element apart, as part of our 6-week foundation program as well. So yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know and we'll have a chat about that as well, because most likely we'll be extremely busy in the new year. So if you want to have a chat before the new year, pop us a message or comment and we'll have a chat about that anytime. The other thing that some people will go for, park run is an option. That's good because it gets you out running, but again, it's all the same sort of stuff. Just running alone isn't really going to get you overall healthier and fitter. Depending on your age, depending on your starting point, depending on your weight, running's not always the best option. And again, it's out in the public. People don't like it necessarily. Some people do that with a friend. Great, that's better than going on your own. Other than that, walking groups, swimming, things that are sociable, guys. So if you're going to do something on your own, try and join another group. That's why our group programs work well, because it's a real community thing, it's a real social thing, and we do social events as well. We've got a big Christmas party coming up. We've got about 110 people coming to that next Friday, which I'm so excited about. We put on challenges. So whatever you do, don't do it on your own. I think to summarize, whatever you do, you've got to think or find something that you can do as part of a group or with a friend. That would be my biggest bit of advice. So yeah, get involved, comment, like it, share it. Hope this has been helpful. If you need any help, before the new year rush, send me a message. We'll have a chat, go through some options with you and see if there's something there that we can do for you. Other than that, I'll be checking in again next week, and we're going to be going through certain things to avoid party season wise, the most calorific alcohol, the most calorific treats, how much sugar is in some of these chocolate treats. Again, not saying you can't have it, but it will just be in moderation and maybe open a few of your eyes to that. So look out for those coming over the next couple of weeks as we head towards the big day itself, Christmas. So have a great day, guys. Hope it's been helpful. I said like it, share it, comment, and I'll speak to you guys soon.